Yo, what's good, guys? KosherTech here. So today we got some aRGB sleevings for your AIO. Now we got from two brands over here. We have from Cooler Master, and then we have this Formulamod, this Chinese basically brand. Now the packaging overall, these I want to say they're like a $5 difference. The Cooler Master I want to say retails for $65. The Formulamod, the Chinese brand, retails for $60. All it is basically, I'm going to show you guys, it's a sleeving that's going to go over your tubing just to give it the aRGB effects. Now, quickly, let's just look at the Cooler Master one here. Basically first, LED tube sleeve A1. Now, everything I missed or anything else you guys need to know, I'll have it in the description below. I believe this is a 12 millimeter diameter and also comes as 10. Decent packaging, basically gives you all the breakdowns here. Diameter 10/12, color white, rubber, everything I'll have in the description below. A very, very decent presentation. This one, like I said, is $65. Let's check what we get inside. Very nice. This is dope. Looks sick. Let's see this. We get a little booklet. And I'm going to show you guys how to install this on your AIO tubes. Just gives you a breakdown here. I'm going to show you guys all of this. It just gives you the clips over here. And let's see what it gives you here, how to install it and all that. We'll go over all of that as well. Let me just put this here. Okay, so we have the tubings here. So what you're going to do is, I guess I'm going to show you guys when I'm going to install. You're just going to open this up like that, and you're going to sneak it in through the tubing. I'm going to show you guys in a sec. This is your aRGB over here, so you get two over here, and this is your, I want to say, splitter. So what you're going to essentially do is you're going to set them up like that, and then you're going to put both of the females, so you're going to plug in these. Let's see, it's going to go like that. And then this one is gonna go like that, and this one is gonna go into your aRGB on your motherboard, the aRGB controller, 3-pin aRGB on your motherboard. Now, if you don't have that, you're kind of asked out because it's not gonna work. So you would need a aRGB, either a converter, which I do have, which I'll be using in this demo, or like I said, an aRGB port, 3-pin aRGB port on your motherboard, and then you can connect them. Now this side, you could also daisy chain them to, I believe, whatever other products you guys might have. Now you have your little clamps over here. I'm gonna show you guys later once installed, and then you have these plastics over here to basically put them here, so clamp them on like that, so the aRGB won't fall off. If I put them like that, that one goes in, and there you go. So like that, so the aRGB, they don't fall off when you plug them off. Now be careful, you don't want to break it. I don't want to like beast mode on it and break it. So there you go. Now they're off, just to show you guys in a quick demonstration. Now let's put these here. Now let's look at the Formulamod. And in this testing, of course, we're going to go over both Formulamod and the Cooler Master. Hopefully you will get a 5 FPS more on your gaming. I'm just kidding. That is just a joke. Maybe, or even better cooling, probably. Again, just messing with your cats. So here, this is the Formula. I didn't even look at the packaging. So again, works with, I was just going quick on this. Works with Aura Gigabyte MSI. This is the 12 millimeter diameter version. Pretty simple packaging. Nothing is really in the back. Let's put that here. And let's bring this out. So this diameter itself looks a little, I mean, it's not that much of a difference. You have your clamps over here. Basically same exact design, just the Cooler Master one just gives you a little better of a presentation. This one doesn't give you the clips, right? They give you these. The same thing we get here. We have these as well to basically just to clamp on the tubing. I'm gonna show you guys that, but you don't get the holders here for the aRGB. So I mean, whatever. We'll see how the effects are gonna be, but I'm not gonna put all this on now. I just want to show you guys. The installation is essentially the exact same thing. You're gonna do this. You're gonna convert it, and again with these, they don't give you a little controller, so you will need a 3-pin aRGB on your motherboard. Basically the same thing as. Honestly, I want to say just these are like a knockoff, and they basically are gonna work essentially the same. But let me just. All right, so let me just put both of them. We're gonna put them in right now. Let me just put all this away. We're going to put them in right now into the AIO sleeving, and then we're going to basically put them into the computer and see how it all works. Let's go. All right, so I just have a Corsair AIO here just for demonstration. Now this is the black version. So this is the Formulamod, these two, and this is the Cooler Master. So we're just gonna clip this on and essentially see now. When you will be installing it, make sure when you're putting it in, you're gonna do the orientation correctly, how it's gonna go on your computer. So because you're gonna want this wire, right? We're gonna want one of the wires basically coming out here from the top grommet. So you know the splitter is gonna run nicely, so you're not gonna have any wire clutter. So just keep that in mind. Since I'm freestyling this, I'm just gonna show you guys quick, and then once I'm gonna install into the computer, I'm gonna make it all nice, and you know, once I'm gonna install it already, I'm gonna make it all nice and whatnot. But what we're gonna do essentially just clip them on. This is gonna go, it's a little tedious process, but we're gonna go like that. And so I managed to put it in. Now putting it in is a little annoying. Make sure you guys when you guys buy it, make sure you buy the correct length right here. All right, so I mean, you could see it. I mean, when it's gonna go in, yeah, you could see it a little bit. It's not as long, so make sure you guys buy the correct length. Now you want to just clamp this on so the tubing won't come out. Just want to open it, and there you go. Just clamp this on so the tubing, like I said, won't come out. And then we're gonna do the other side, and I mean, that's basically it, how to install it. So it's a sleeve, you know, it just goes over the tubing. So you see now, when I put the clamps over here, it's not gonna. Now obviously I could put more just to, you know, make it better, but essentially that's basically it. You close it like that, and then we're gonna do the other side. So all you have to do is just open it. You know, on the other side, I'm gonna use the Cooler Master one. So I don't want to redo all the entire process. So other side, same thing. You're gonna wanna put this here. You're just gonna wanna do the same thing. Just put a sleeve over the tubing, and that's basically it. Hopefully I don't get confused which is which. I believe this is Cooler Master. Yeah, this one is Cooler Master. So for the Cooler Master, same thing. We just want to put this over the tubing, but since I'm recording this and I'm in an awkward position, it's going to be a little annoying, but let's see. I'll probably just, yeah, there you go. There you go, there you go. Just force that bad boy in there. You know, if you're old enough, you'll understand what that means. And let's put that bad boy like that. Kosher and his bad jokes. All right, so this one was a little quicker, a little easier. Same thing, you're gonna wanna clamp this because when you, there you go, let's clamp this bad boy. So there you go. So when you're gonna try to install it, it's gonna kink and everything. You're not gonna want the sleeve to fall off. Same thing, let's put two, let's go baby. So voila. So basically the same exact thing. Honestly, you can't tell which one is which. This one is the Cooler Master. This one is the Formulamod. But like I said, make sure when you're gonna install it, right? Depending on the orientation, you're gonna have the AIO. Either you're gonna have it facing this way, you're gonna have it facing the top, facing whichever way you're gonna want to face. Just make sure the orientations of the wires are essentially correct before you install it, because it's gonna be a headache then taking it out. So make sure either you're gonna have the, you know, depending on how the wires, you're gonna have either the wires coming from the top, the bottom. So make sure the wire orientation is correct before you install it. But I mean, that's how you guys basically have it. If you ever were wondering what are these sleeves, what are these aRGB, all they are sleeves. They go over the tubing, you know, and that's basically it. But now let's install it and see how the effects and everything looks. But like I said, make sure you guys either have a converter, an aRGB converter, RGB to aRGB converter, or you have a 3-pin aRGB motherboard. So make sure of that, because you get no controller, so this thing honestly wouldn't work. Anyways, let's go. All right, so I have the Chinese brand, the Formulamod installed. Now, just a quick heads up. Like I said, make sure the orientation is correct. So I have the female basically aRGB, the not with the pins not sticking out, running this way. Just makes it easier for me to demonstrate it. in the sense of my, my review. But also make sure the length you guys get is correct as well. Now you see there's a little more, there's a little more, like a few millimeters, basically. I want to say maybe like an inch higher would cover the entire tubing. Now I will have in the description below basically the exact size I bought for the Formulamod as well as the Cooler Master one. Also the other side of the wires, I hit them, but the wires that are basically right here, you just with this kind of setup, you guys just need to do a lot of wire management. Personally, this wouldn't be for me. It's just too tedious. So the male wire pins, I'm not sure why they went that way, just to daisy chain them or just add more RGB effects. But let me know in the comments below. Like, that's just more wires. Like, now I would have to hit those wires up top. So just keep that in mind if you are buying this product, either product, the Cooler Master or the Formulamod. There was a lot, you would need to do a lot of wire management. It's a little tedious in my opinion. Like I said, these are the clamps. Now you could add more clamps. I just put essentially 3. A very simple setup. You guys saw essentially how I install them. You just put them in and clamp in it, and that's basically it. Now also another thing, I am running in-wind fans, so I'm actually using the controller. I just daisy chained the controller for these fans and put it into the fans controller, basically to give me the aRGB effects, because my motherboard doesn't have aRGB 3-pin and has RGB, so I'm just using that. So if you do have any of these, I want to say, fans that have just a aRGB connector to it, you could just daisy chain them and they're going to synchronize with whatever fans you have. So in this case, I have these fans, so I'm just going to use the hub just to go over the colors. Now this is basically just a rainbow effect that I have over here. Now the effects are going to change. They vary to whichever controller I have. So whichever controller you guys have. So I have this controller, I'm going to get these effects. If you have a different controller, you're going to get other effects basically. But you have this red, this green, this like light blue, and this purple. Now also make sure the orientation is essentially like that, because on the other side there's a white, the LED white surface. You're gonna want to cover that up. So you're gonna want to put in the orientation like this, where if I peel it, you guys can see basically like that. This is purple. Let's see. This is white. Let's see how white looks. Oh, white is pretty dope. Now the tubing itself that I have for the Corsair tubing is white too. It actually, I would say, it would kind of match. If you have white, it'll be a little easier because black would stand out, but white will just blend in. You have this dope effect. That's pretty hot. Again, these are whatever the controller have for these fans. Then you have this effect. That's pretty dope. Let's check it out. That's cool. And then you have this rainbow. Now, again, you just more aRGB. If you want this all RGB goodness, I guess you get this thing. $60, man. I gotta say it's a lot, but it's here. And I went through these, I want to say, and then you have your regular rainbow effect. I mean, but that's that. But the wire management from the bottom there, you got to wire manage. From the top, you just keep that in mind. Now, I am about to install the Cooler Master one. Now, the Cooler Master one, if you do have a Cooler Master controller, it will work with the Cooler Master tubing. Now, if you don't have a Cooler Master controller, same thing with these. If you have a different aRGB controller, it's also going to work as well. So I am going to use the same effects as I have with as I have with this tubing with the Cooler Master controller. I am going to install it right now. All right, so these are the Cooler Master A1 sleeves. Same thing. I mean, from the Formulamod to these, there's not really no difference. Like, if I wouldn't tell you which ones are which, you guys won't even know. But these are the Cooler Master ones. Same exact thing. I mean, look, for $5 more, I'll probably go with the Cooler Master since they give you a little more accessories. But there's like no difference. I'm gonna run through the colors. Again, the setup is all the same. They're not as bright. The brightness difference is not there. There's not like. Yeah, they're like basically the exact same thing. It's just one is Cooler Master and one is a Chinese brand. Then you have this green. And then we have the rainbow. It looks dope. I mean, if you're into all this crazy amount of RGB effects, it's there. And then, of course, running through the same cycle colors, we get white. But they're like exactly the same. I mean, for $5 more, I'll probably go with the Cooler Master. But if you guys are wondering what's the difference, there honestly isn't at all. They're basically the exact same. You could hook them up to the same in-wind fans or to any 3-pin aRGB controller, and then you can have those effects that are built into that controller. You could also use the Cooler Master controller if you want to add these sleeves as well. So you're going to get a whole Cooler Master setup and deck everything out with Cooler Master and use their software suite for all of that stuff. But yeah, I mean, let me know what you guys think with all this RGB sleeving. But yeah, now one thing, these are a little longer. Like I said, I'll have the specs and everything in the description so you guys will know which ones I was rocking. And now it's, again, those wires there, you guys see them on camera. Just make sure if you do buy this sleeve, if you guys do like it, you guys just need to do wire management, maybe zip tie them and hide them somewhere. If you really do like that look and everything, I'll have everything in the description below, guys. But let me know what you guys think of this. Honestly, my own personal opinion, is too much for me. It's too many wires. Now, if they would have never gave us those wires, that would have been dope because we just have those wires on top and it's easier for me to hide them. Or if they would have given us an option to disconnect them, if we could have just disconnect them and then connect them if we need them, that would actually have been also dope. So I hope in the next revision of these sleeves, if Cooler Master could just, give us an option to disconnect them or connect them, that would have been a lot easier. So, just a little more modular, so a little more tidier. You don't have to, put all these cables and whatnot, unnecessary stuff. But anyways, let me know your guys' feedback. I'm KosherTech. I'm gonna catch you cats next time. Deuces.